And she 29, but I hear you taking 30. Happy birthday, have a happy birthday for you. You're pushing it back, you're talking it up, and I see you whining dirty. Happy birthday, have a happy birthday for you. Wine for your birthday, happy birthday.
Hollis is back at it again. Can you imagine? Exclusive to Power 95. Happy birthday. This one actually made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie. Kayla is so creative. Listen. Everybody celebrating birthdays this week.
And she 29, but I hear you taking 30. Happy birthday, have a happy birthday for you. You're pushing it back, you're talking it up, and I see you whining dirty. Happy birthday, have a happy birthday for you. Wine for your birthday. She right back for your birthday. Sit down and dance for your birthday. Take back. Actually, Patricia and Renata, for them birthday, me beat up the pinata. If you see how me share out the lollipop, they wanna swear that they book up in the lolly shop. Then they pop it, lock it, wind up and drop it. Roll like the moose line come out the socket. Then your friend said, it's your birthday, I like how you behaving that day. Your friend 28 and she 29, but I hear you taking 30. Happy birthday, have a happy birthday for you. You're pushing it back, you're talking it up, and I see you whining dirty. Happy birthday, have a happy birthday for you. Wine for your birthday.
What did your bad self, Killer? Happy birthday. All the folks celebrating birthdays, and know your celebrations, your mood have been dampened by the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Probably didn't get to celebrate the way you normally would, but listen, as long as you got life, you have to make time, put aside some time to celebrate and appreciate the fact that you're here to celebrate a birthday. Because I'm sure there are lots of people who had plans and you saw what happened, right? So we got to make use of the time, man. We can't just let life pass us by like that. And I just want to take the opportunity to shout out everybody in the live. I know I've been sort of just jumping into business this week and even acknowledging you guys. And I'm sorry, and I hope you understand. But it's been a crazy week. And, you know, in the haste to disseminate the information, just like let's skip the pleasantries, the formalities, and get into it. But nonetheless, want to say happy 4th of July to our listeners out in the U.S. celebrating in July 4th today. Of course, you know what time it is. It's a holiday to enjoy and remember what it's about. So welcome into the room. If you're here already, please share. And you can always do follow us at highlight, and you get more people that way to come on in, all right? Thank you, Shante, for being here again. Hope all is well on your end. Anushka, good morning. Linda, Sonia, good morning. Golden Eyes Cambridge, big up yourself. Maureen, good morning. Karen, good morning. Queen Bee, good morning. Rayon, good morning. Kathy, Myrtle, Petra, good morning. Roxanne, belated birthday to you. Great time to celebrate, all right? Good morning, Saucy Bain. Hope all is well. Jackie Chaiton, good morning. Floyd Frederick, good morning to you. Wendy, Pamela, good morning, everybody. I'll tell you what, I have someone on the line. And what should they choose to put? Why you like that? Like, seriously, where you gonna put your nice decent dingun? Why you putting what? Why you can't just put your good name about what's boss?
You know it was boss, yeah.
Why you like that? Every day you have to give trouble. So even in crazy times you have to give trouble. I want the what's boss.
I ain't getting too much trouble. Why is it was boss anyway?
Oh, you do? You good?
Yeah, I did for the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. So, like I said, I had to pull you in this morning because I know you on a drive right now, and also you just came from St. Vincent. What was that? What was that like?
Well, I think it was a different experience to Ivan, basically, because outside of the island, in the next place, trapped, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
where there's life, there's hope, and we had life, and we had hope. So we did. We ended up back in Grenada.
God is good, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. And you've been rallying the troops, so you put out a call for artists and everybody in the creative industry to come on board. Tell us about what you have planned and what you think is a good idea to assist our friends and family out in Carriacou and PT Martinique.
Well, basically, the plan is for to get all the artists and the entertainment side, the entertainers from Grenada, to come on board to do an event, basically for the people that lose, like also like Golden, Mr. Golden lost everything,
Thing,
you
yes.
know, and like we need to help these people, help the hospital, help certain things. So the goal is to try and see if we can help these people out there. Some people in St. Patrick's been hot too, as Boise said. The artists and them coming on board too. We have some business people, Six Senses trying to get on board. We have um a few hotels. Cohen Duba reach out. Um, we have a few artists that reach out from overseas too that they want to come out and make sure they want to do it, and they want to do it three places. So they decide to do it Grenada first, Canada, and they say they want to try one in Trinidad for Caribbean.
Hmm.
Yeah. The plan is to get the either the stadium car park,
Hmm.
uh it is Monridge playing field. If we could get there, we might try to see if we could create a vibe that everybody could come out, who could donate whatever they donate, and you know what I mean. And it's carnival time, so we could use that kind of carnival spirit to bring back some of the stuff for them. I mean, basically, yeah, with the unity of the artists, basic.
And I really want to applaud you for jumping on this right away and using your skills, using your talent, and of course using your connections with the other artists to come on board. And I want to shout out to all the artists who've committed to being part of this, and it's still time for others to come on board. This is when we have to come together. We can't just sit and say it and not do it, because everybody indirectly is affected by the passage of
Yeah,
Hurricane Beryl.
yeah,
You may
yeah,
not have lost
everybody,
a roof, but you know of
everybody,
somebody.
everybody affected by it. I think it pushed back a lot of things too. Not only like on the on the side of people losing homes and everything, it pushed back a lot of things, and in terms of everybody mentally everywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's a struggle because Rod trusts me, and I'm happy that I have a boss who understands, because she was like, I know you're struggling. So she's every second she's checking in on me, making you good, you're good, you're good. Because
yeah.
you're trying to like make sure you keep the energy for everybody else, but mentally you're thinking of, what the other
Yeah,
folks in
yeah.
Carriacou they're going through, and we've knowing you experienced it and what it felt like,
Mhm.
it hits home even harder that hey, I experienced it. I know what it's like not to have water, electricity, no
Yeah, yeah.
communication, no roof, no sense of what's happening tomorrow, how am I gonna pick up the pieces. So it really messes with you mentally, but you still have to remain strong
You
because
have to remain strong. You have to remain strong. Um, the goal is to see that the people gonna be comfortable again as fast as possible. That's the goal.
so what is it date we're looking at to host this event, around
Well,
what time?
I supposed to meet with the sound system person today. I met with me and boys. They had a chat today. They trying to bring out Bad Squad and to make sure that they said they're gonna donate the band and play for some people. This is really good too.
Mhm.
We trying to meet today and see if we could pull a date that we could get everybody to come out and support.
Mhm.
So by noon we should know a date and we should bring it out and bring out the blast for the artists to come and see if they're ready to take part already. By
And
noon.
remember, this is a fundraising event. It's not for to go in anybody's pocket, nobody, and making nothing
No,
out of
it's
this.
nothing about money about it. It's to make the money to send it to the people in Carriacou and the
You
people
know,
in Sanchez, the people that lose everything.
In Lima, we're not sending for nobody. You could afford to buy a ticket and come to Lima. We've sent a lot of tickets for you in the past. Today, this time around, we need you, Elimas, to book a flight and come through when the date is given for this event.
Yeah, the
All right?
captain book a flight and come now, okay? Can I cheap there now?
We can't give nothing now. We're looking for help. We're looking for support. We're looking for every and all artists to come on board. Make your contribution now. We always support you. Now time for us to support the folks in Carriacou. And Limos, Carriacou love you. So booking a flight is nothing for you.
Aruna, I thanking you for the opportunity to reach out here on Power FM and reach out on your program right here to, like, just basically to make sure that the people gonna hear what's happening, and I just love that you reach out for that. I love it.
You're welcome, because I know I saw you posting little bits and pieces here, and I'm like, I have to make the connection to find out what's going on and let other artists know that, because you hear people asking, well, what this one doing, what that one doing, what artist doing, and just wanted them to know that there's something in the making. So
we're stirring up something. We're cooking up something. Danny D reached out to big up to Danny D. He was the first person to reach out. He reached out to now who was happy with me to make sure you could do that. You know what I mean? So I had a big up doing for that.
So we're looking at artists. Who else we looking at to be part of this Dingan?
If we could get a few the comedians and stuff, the entertainers, the entertainment side, that side here, the people that do the entertainment for Grenada, the dancers gonna come out. They're gonna have to dance, choose whatever who they want to dance for. At least they'll be part of it. You know, I think that's gonna be a good thing. So some of the dancers reach out to dance for artists already too. They wanted to be part. A few dance groups, I think it's about 3 so far reach out, and they want to be part. I think, and we're not gonna hold back because anybody want to be part of this is a fundraiser, so we have to make them go through.
DJs, you want it as well.
DJs need to be on board. DJs need to be on board. I think as glad as we have in the program, also they could hear this. They could create a nice little group chat with it, and we can move forward with that too.
So DJs need you to volunteer your services.
Yeah, DJs need to be, because them are entertainers who mean we travel, we do everything together, and they play a big part in the entertainment side of the island. So they need to be on board with that.
So, Nati, for those wanting more information, how can they reach you to do that? For instance, wanting to be part of it.
What I would do is we'll do a blast after the meeting today. In terms of who to reach out to and the number to call and whatever. So we're gonna do a blast, and we'll ask everybody to share it too, basically. And then we'll move forward with that.
Pepsi, we're not looking for no poems. We're looking for artists. But you do poem.
Pepsi.
But you like to do a poem, please. We don't want no poem. We want artists. We want people singing. We want people. Pepsi, you're a dancer. Poetry. So she could volunteer to dance. You're a big bad dancer.
Yeah. So you know the thing.
Yeah. Okay. So I know you have to go. Like you said, you have to meet with Danny. Anything else you want to let the folks know about before you do?
I just want the nation to know that we're back here now, and we was in Vinci trapped, and I think they didn't know that, so we didn't say that. We didn't bring out that too loud, and we're here, and I just want everybody to stay together. Unity is the best, and it will make us work out. Unity and love. Yeah.
In fact, you know when it's time for stupidness, and you know when it's time for serious action, right? That's what I love about you. That's what I love about you. And I want to thank you again for taking the initiative, jumping to get this done and putting the word out there. So we're looking for the corporate sponsors, we're looking for artists, we're looking for DJs to make this thing work. We have Danny D, big up yourselves. I know you're going to organize a stage and stuff like that. So anybody else would like to come on board, like you said, later on in the day, the information will be posted as to who you can contact and what exactly folks can do. So you'll have more information. We just wanted to plant the seed now.
We also need registration on board. So I see Paul.
You're not going to ask about that. Your mother already got you.
So we're good.
So that's one you can definitely count on us for that, all right?
Definitely.
So just keep us in the loop. You know where to find your mother, and you all will take it from there. I did my part for now. And all right. Thanks so much, Natty.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, that was Natty Was Boss. And of course, you heard that they're planning an event, a massive event in support for the folks in Carriacou and PT Martinique to help in the building process. All the proceeds will go towards Carriacou and PT Martinique. So, like I said, a call. This is the time to put your money where your mouth is, or your mouth where your money is, or whatever it is. This is time to put not do lip service but actual service. There's a lot of you galloping over social media, but I'm not sure if you're actually doing or making an effort to make some sort of contribution. You may not have money, but you may have services, right? You may have some clothing and bags that you know are in good condition. Start going to them so you can drop them off. A lot of the times we talk, we type, but we don't actually do the work or do the action. So I want to say to people on social media, this is the opportunity. DJs, artists, please come on board. You ask us to support you. We ask us to come to your events. We ask us to play your music. You ask us to do a lot of that. Now we're asking you to support. This isn't going into anybody's pockets. It's going towards the folks in Carriacou. And like I mentioned this morning, spoke to Mr. Golden a couple of days ago, and he lost everything. His family, they lost everything. As a matter of fact, the majority of Carriacou lost everything, right? So it's a dire situation, and no one person or government can do it. It requires all of us coming together to help in the process. I want to big up Issa, CMC Money. Like I say, I'm so proud of these guys that, I always talk about time and place, right? I just want to shout out CMC Money this morning. Big up yourself, Issa. I've been following him for the past couple of days on his lives, and when I tell you he's actually working, going back and forth in Carriacou at PM and delivering stuff to the different shelters and loading up boats. I want to shout out to Rita Gusting and the guys who made their contribution, and everybody else who's done that as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Issa. Big up, big up, big up, big up yourself. You are definitely a hero today. All right. I want to shout you out big time. And just to let you know, Ojin, yeah, okay. Another point I want to make as well. Also, I have so many points to make this morning. Forgive me if I sound all over the place. Just working with how it comes to mind. I made notes, but I can't be bothered. There's a number of postponement. The Spice Mask Corporation, of course, has put out a notice expressing empathy and concern for everyone affected by the passage of Hurricane Beryl, and understands that this is a time for rebuilding and recovery. And as a result, the quarterfinals, originally scheduled for Thursday, 4th July to 7th July, has been postponed until further notice. Say postponed until further notice, not cancelled. The Spice Mask Corporation remains committed to continuing the soccer quarterfinals and will reschedule the events once all necessary arrangements are in place. And for more information, you can contact the SMC office at 440-0621 or visit the office at the GCNA complex on Kirani James Boulevard, Monday to Friday between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. That was one of my the topic you saw I had this morning, and regarding to mask or not to mask. I just threw it out yesterday, and as usual, I leave you all to discuss amongst yourselves. And I saw some of the feedback, and I know there were a lot for, there were some against, but majority was for having Carnival. And in that same breath, the folks in St. Vincent, they were also affected by Hurricane Beryl. And although the impacts have been significant, and according to the Vincy Mas media release, many households and livelihoods have been lost and will take years to rebuild. We join with the countless Vincentians and others who have pledged their support to assist with rebuilding and providing immediate assistance to all who have been affected. In a year where Vincy Mas was earmarked to be one of the largest in years, from the number of events, expected visitors, and increases in prize monies, we are cognizant of the multiplicity of factors in considering the way forward. Of significance to us are the optics of continuing with the festival amidst the widespread devastation to the southern Grenadines. Further, we consider the significant loss of revenue amidst the cancellation of flights and investments made by stakeholders. And based on the discussions with the components of Vincy Mas and Cabinet, the Carnival Development Corporation has made the decision to proceed with an abridged version of Vincy Mas from Saturday, July 6th to Tuesday, July 9th. And they believe that all stakeholders are in a unique position to leverage Vincy Mas to provide support, whether through financial or in kind, to assist the countless persons affected by Hurricane Beryl. And the schedule outlining the events, which will be held within the coming days, will be released by the end of today, Thursday, July 4th. And you know what I like realize about us? And like I said, I threw it out there and I'm like, let me sit back and watch you all discuss amongst yourselves. And what I realize, a lot of us sometimes we operate from a place of emotions and not reality. We're not practical. We just in our emotions and we just go with how we feel. And we don't take a lot of things into consideration, right? And I saw someone say we almost escaped death and we're talking about Carnival. And it seems as though people seem to think Carnival is just about people whining and jamming in the streets and that's it. Just wine and jam and wine, and that's it. And they're saying that the money that we taking to play mass or whatever should be given to Carriacou or postpone Carnival and give the money to Carriacou. Question: where is the money coming from? And y'all do realize that Carnival is one of the major events that brings plenty of money to our coffers, right? Revenues are generated. So it's not just jam and wine. And of course, if you've been listening to the Prime Minister, this has a lot of economic implications for Grenada. The things we have to do for Carriacou, it's going to cost a lot. So you're taking money to put in, and we're not putting money in. What's going to happen? We're going to deplete whatever resources we have, whatever financial resources we have. It's going to be depleted, and then we're going to have to be running all over the place like mad ants with a hat in our hands, asking for help and asking for finances. The hotels, the boutiques, the car rentals, everybody who benefits from Carnival, it stays here, and that money circulates here. The vendors, even the promoters, it stays here. And I'm happy that the folks in St. Vincent, and imagine this, they were badly affected, and they're having Carnival within a week from this weekend. And we still got some time to go in August. We're known to be resilient. We're known to bounce back. And we can do the same. And it's like people just want to push their ideals on how they feel. Okay, it's all right. You don't believe in Carnival. You're a Christian. All right. Find some other way to support. You don't have to be part of Carnival. Do what you have to do. But we don't necessarily have to, put on the judgmental hat and always be like, oh, we just had suffering and we studying Carnival. Prayers alone ain't gonna stop a hurricane. It's a natural disaster. We live in a part of the world that are prone to hurricanes, right? And you've probably prayed from noon till dusk till dawn, and you still were affected. So we can't just use prayers as a mask for everything. Yes, we're supposed to do what's right. We're supposed to, follow whatever you believe, whatever your beliefs are, you follow it, you observe it, whatever the case might be. But we can't always put something down to lift something else up. At the end of the day, we're asking for help. But we still need to fill our coffers. We still need to replenish what we take out. The money is not going to fall from the sky. And the thousands of visitors, they can come in and make the contribution. Now, if you say a little scaled down version, then fine. But saying like canceling altogether, postponing altogether, and give the money. Think about all the folks who have already invested. That's dead money. And yes, you might feel, because honestly, sitting here, and I said it this morning, sitting here and, playing music, and as much as I want to enjoy them, you still have this sense of guilt that, okay, these people out there with sun blazing down, exposed to the elements, some are still have not received supplies as yet. So it sort of tampers with your mental space, with your energy, because on one hand, you're like, okay, let me enjoy the song, let me have a good time. But then you're still thinking about them. And we can do both. We can do both. We can all do our part. And I hope that everybody who is against you are also doing your part. So at the end of the day, we have to rebuild. Life will continue. Life has to go on. Even in the face of adversities, even in the face of destruction, life still has to go on. We can't just halt and stop everything. That is not going to help them. That is not going to fix the problem. Halting and just stopping everything. Life still have to continue. Yeah? So yes, like I said, you will understand the emotional side of it, bearing in mind that we've experienced it, so we know what it feels like. But to just stop everything, to me, it does not make financial sense, because that's what they need to rebuild. Lip service alone and prayers alone cannot rebuild Karakou, neither PT Martinique. And I'm wondering if some of you have actually seen the videos and the pictures of the devastation. Prayers alone isn't going to fix it. They're not going to rebuild on prayers. Prayers by itself without action is useless. You need prayers to keep the faith, to give you that drive and energy to push on, and you also need finances to do likewise. So we can't just be losses all around. It can't just be losses all around. Yeah? Enough chances. Even after a hurricane, countries have to continue running. Money have to continue coming to build back. Yes, prayers are powerful, but activities have to continue to bring in that money. My sentiments. Sean, that's a different conversation. Oh gosh, don't stress me out. I don't deal with what ifs. I deal with what is. If we were affected, then that's a different conversation. We're not. So let's deal with what is. You'll always take the story and drag it up the road and drag it back down. We're dealing with what is, not what if. What ifs don't do anything. We're not in that position at this point in time. Give thanks. What we have now, should we do what we were doing before this hurricane struck, which is continue on the road to Spice Mass. I don't deal with what ifs. What ifs is just draining. I can't speak on what if, because what if it didn't happen? I'm not going to waste time speaking on what ifs. Let's deal with what is happening right now. That's why I don't understand why people don't want to go to work either. Everything has to go on. We were not directly affected. The only way to fix it is to be productive so we can help. People are always looking for ways to stay home, but one pay at the end of the month or whenever. If you were not badly affected, find yourself in the people work. The only time you excuse is if the folks in the north that were badly affected, your roof's gone, you don't have anywhere to you're in a shelter somewhere and you don't have any clothes, anything except on your back, you don't have any means to get there, roads are blocked, you are excused. But once you were not affected, and even if you were not so much, find yourself to work. Always looking for ways to just stay home. Go to work and stop making excuses. And then you want to beat up on people when they say, they're making excuses. But y'all never look at where the person is coming from. The lady made some point the other day and everybody run up her chest and run down her back. But we all understand what she was trying to say. If a little rain fall today, we would use that as an excuse not to go to work. Everything we complain about. Every single thing. Anyways. So as I was saying, getting back to the so I think I said enough my 2 cents Hipney on this whole carnival issue. Whatever Spice Mass decides, they decide. They do, they don't, we move regardless. But for my part, the show must go on. Life continues, and we will do all in our power, continue to assist the folks out in Karakou and PT Martinique, the north of the island, and other areas affected. And I just want to make another point as well. Shout out to the folks in St. Patrick, Sinal Fete. Yeah, that has been postponed. And according to this release, the Sinal Fed family, on behalf of the artist-songwriter Mr. Shem Terra, the Governor Bernard, would like to announce the postponement of Sinal Fed 14, which was carried for Saturday, 6 July at Filbert Frame Park in Chantemel. Due to the impact of Hurricane Beryl, our priority right now is to assist our brothers and sisters in St. Patrick, St. Mark, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, in getting back on their feet. Hence, the reason our next Sinal Fed proceeds will be shared with all victims. I want to big up Terra Kid on that, Terra the Governor on that. All proceeds from the next Sinal Fed will go towards the victims affected by Hurricane Beryl. And he said that please be advised that all tickets, passes will be valid for the next Sinal Fed, and an update with the new date will be shared as soon as it is confirmed. And if you have any questions, concerns, get in touch with a member of the team or email them at sinalfet@gmail.com. And as he says, as our national anthem says, may we with faith and courage, and some of you need to dwell on those words a little harder. May we, with faith and courage, aspire, build, advance as one people, one family. And as always, the answer is love. Bearing that in mind as well, next on the agenda, I am kind of concerned, and we want to remind the folks that when you're affected by a hurricane, there's no color. There's no yellow, there's no green, there's no pink, there's no red. There's just one, and everybody in the same boat. So, regarding the distribution of relief stuff during this difficult time, let's make sure it is distributed equally. No politics, no nothing. Equally. Everybody who is in need should get the help. All you big and all you have sense, I see no more on that. What I will say more on is, I'm kind of concerned with, I find I see all kind of GoFundMe popping up all over the place. All kind of, I'm hearing about all kind of Zelle, all kind of GoFundMe. Are we vetting people? Or do we know who these people are who are putting up stuff in aid of Carriacou? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? You don't call after, so when you call, I mean you have something going on.
Yeah. You just say something that I just hit in the back of my neck, run up my chest, run down my back, and come forward. How's everybody? How's everybody in the ladies' room?
They're good. They're jamming with me this morning.
Good.
They're good.
Right, Shante, everybody
Yeah,
good.
they're
Jackie,
good.
Naya,
Yeah.
Sam, Jim, Kizzy, Debbie, Della,
They
the
behaving.
regulars.
They behaving.
Terrence, everybody good?
Yeah, they're good.
Rooms, you good?
They're good too,
I
Vance.
saw
I
your
can't complain.
behavior. I wasn't bothering with you. You didn't have no water. You didn't have nothing. You just was getting on like a spoiled brat. I ain't bothering with you at
Right
all.
now, cooking with gas. I'm good to go.
Good. And let me tell you, next hurricane, do not stay alone. It's not a good thing.
Nope. It should, trust me, can do a lot to you mentally. I swear. You
Don't
start
you
seeing
ever
and
do that again. Yes,
no bueno,
yes.
no good at all.
Yes, studies show people have heart attacks and all these things when they're alone. Just the anxiety. So, you don't try to be no hero.
Yeah. I bought a key one, but it's like they was by myself still because they in their own little world. They didn't even care if storm outside. They're doing their own little thing. So I was still on my own.
Right. Okay. Right. So you just mentioned there about the equity of relief and all of that kind of thing. And that kind of just, triggered me a little because after Ivan in 2004, I think that was one of them. That was something that was an issue. We really can't get away from that, right? However we feel about whatever. Because there was a lot of, and the thing about it, sometimes it's so far removed from the central government, like the prime minister and whoever is the other, it's people, it's a party, people that get involved and they do this thing, and the very perception and appearance, because remember, everybody need now, all of us. Right? And at this time, the color and all of that. And in 2004, we had a lot of instances where people reported back they did not feel that relief was distributed evenly. They felt that there was, favoritism, depending on, which side of the fence you were, etc., etc. And I really believe that that was part of that probably created a fallout because in 2008, if you remembered, I mean, after
That's why I
2004, the
made the
government did
comment,
well in
because I
terms of the
remember.
infrastructure.
Hmm.
But in 2000, right, people do not forget these things. People do not forget these things. And I'm bringing up these points not to do revisionist history or point fingers, but to really say that we should learn from the Ivan mistake. And so I think at this point we should really strengthen NADMA, leave relief with them. Parliamentarians need to stay away from relief places or getting on a truck to say they're going to give relief because one little person just look and they could be like, you see, they give it doesn't have to be so, but the very perception of it.
I
So
agree.
leave relief with a broad base task force of people, right? Inclusive to handle relief. So there's no perception that relief is being made political. We need to learn that from the Ivan experience, you see?
Got you.
And yes, politicians stay in the back, work hard. I mean, I know they let the people see you, be on the ground, hug, kiss, do what you need to do.
Yeah, I'm
money,
perusing.
whatever.
I'm perusing Mark platform. Hence, I made that comment, and I realized I'm seeing some little things. I'm like, let me just throw it out from early because before we,
It starts already, but let's not amplify it. Let's just what you're doing there, just taper it down. Remind us to check ourselves and behave ourselves, and let's try to take care of all of us,
Got you.
Yeah, so you said that, so I just thought, oh, yes, because I remember Ivan and the organizations that was so critical in that time, the Rotary Club, oh my God, these people have not gotten enough credit for what they did in Ivan with relief. But remember, it was just us and Ivan, right, Aruna? Now we have us, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, or, that kind of things, and Jamaica. So even outside relief would probably start getting, so we really have to rally now and sort out, getting relief after Pity Martinique and Carriacou and St. Patrick and some of the northern parts in a really fair and urgent and efficient way.
Got you. Thanks so much for that, Rance.
So keep it together. Have a good day.
Alrighty.
I hope the regulars behaving.
Yes, they're behaving.
On radio, so I'm not seeing them and the comments and their behavior. But hold it together. One love.
Alrighty. Have a good one.
And we suspend yellow and green for now. We're doing the red, the green, and the gold, which is Grenada.
Got you. Thanks so much for the reminder. Have a good one.
Okay, cool.
All right, bye-bye. So that was that. The last thing on my itinerary. Yeah, I was talking about some of the GoFundMes I'm seeing popping up all over the place, and someone asked me to please speak on it as well. Good morning, Nurse Sorana, and she says that the Zelle and GoFundMes are scary and y'all need to stop. There's a designated area to drop off supplies, purchase your supplies, drop them off, especially for those in the US and of those who are making monetary contributions. Everybody who has asked me where can they make monetary contributions to, I've sent them the flyer going around by the government of Grenada Natural Disaster Fund, and to where you can do your wire transfers, etc. That goes directly. Yeah, the beneficiary is the government of Grenada Natural Disaster Relief Fund. Because as much as you would want to believe that everybody has good intentions, people often use disasters and things like that to do sort of unsavory deals. And you all know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a lot of scamming and a lot of things that happen around disaster. And don't think it's unique to this side of the world. You hear about it in even bigger countries where you've had disasters, for example, Haiti, etc. You've heard of people making millions of dollars off of these countries in the name of aid and help. So we need to put some order to it. And I heard Mikey asking the Prime Minister, and he did kind of say, you know what, they don't have much control over it. That's why they've set up the government relief fund, so you can direct or channel all your funds to the government of Grenada, so you know where it's going and not putting into any just anybody off the street that come up and say, oh, I have a GoFundMe, or oh, I'm sending help to Carriacou, or I'm raising funds for Carriacou. Like he said, it's impossible to rein everybody in or take control of everybody who wants to help. But for the most, what they can do is to remind folks that the government has their own disaster fund that you can send your donations or contributions to, and it is posted on all their platforms. It's sort of hard to read everything out, but they have, for the folks in the Grenada Cooperative Bank, for those here, Government of Grenada Natural Disaster Relief Fund. They've got the correspondent banks for US dollars transactions, Bank of America in Miami, Florida. They have Bank of Montreal, the international branch, Toronto, Canada, for Canada transactions, and for GBP and Europe, they have the bank Lloyd's TSB Bank and also UK International Services. That's the address, UK International Services, London. So for the folks in the UK, for those in Canada and America, you can use those banks to make your wire transfers. And for those here, the Government of Grenada Natural Disaster Relief Fund, Grenada Cooperative Bank, you can send your wire transfers to those banks. And like I said, you can find it on the Prime Minister's page. You can check our page. You can check GIS. It's circulating, so you can share that information and direct your help. Let me see what else we have. Good morning. Hello? Okay. All right, let me see what else I have to share. Hold on. I think I have one more. So yeah, we welcome all the help, but we want to make sure it is being done legitimately and it's being done for the purpose intended. And we don't just want any and everybody in the name of Grenada putting up GoFundMes and this, that, and the other. So, and then later on, y'all gonna come crying and, oh, I sent this and I sent that and I didn't hear this. So all we can do to say to you is make sure you vet, make sure that the people you are giving your funds or giving donations to, you will know them. They are accustomed doing these things, so you know for sure that it will go where it's intended and not just all man jack all over the place. Hold on. Let me see the town of St. George. Let me just share this with you from the parliamentary rep, the Honorable Peter David. Hold on. Yeah. So it is okay. It says, it is with a sense of despair and a heavy heart that I issue a statement of support and solidarity as a citizen of this beloved Tri-Island state and as MP for the town of St. George in the wake of the devastation visited especially on our sister isles and our neighboring islands. As we face this trial, I call for national unity and an outpouring of the best of what has made us who we are as a people. Despite the deep anguish we all feel, we must harness our strength and compassion, and I urge all able-bodied citizens to assist wherever possible to lend a helping hand, being mindful of the needs outlined by the government. As I have emphasized in previous statements, this is a time for national unity. We must set aside our differences and fully support our government in its efforts to restore normalcy and rebuild our Tri-Island state. Given our storied history of resilience, I am confident that we will rise again, buoyed by the never-ending mercies and grace of God. And that was from the Honorable Peter David, parliamentary rep for the town of St. George. Thank you so much for that, sir. I think we need to hear more voices being added to this, calling for national unity and no sort of division, but helping in any way that you can from wherever you are, whatever position you hold, whatever part of the island you live, whether you're in Grenada, out of Grenada. This is a call for national unity, and I really want to thank him for, this release here. Very timely, and it's something that we all need to pay attention to and put each other up. because we tend to bung away sometimes. When you see somebody going, let's pull each other up and remind them, hey, this is not the time for this, that, or the other. This is the time for us to get it together, band together, and do all we can to support our brothers and sisters. Judy says the PM handled us during the storm, and we'll decide who, which, where, and from handled the donations. Someone says, I see everybody want to be in charge of collecting funds and stuff. I hope you guys know we don't put cat to watch cheese. So people just need to know, like I said, who you're leaving or giving your relief to. NADMA, if you're in Grenada, you can go directly to NADMA in Monjaloo to drop off whatever you may have. There's a lot of reputable, there's a Red Cross and other reputable organizations handling donations. There are also groups, Rotary, Rotarac, all different groups who have this, who put on events, who are known to help in times like these. They are available, so you can always contact them as well. Remember, the government has bank accounts open. If you need to make your monetary contributions, you can do that, and not necessarily to any GoFundMe. Wherever you choose to send it, it's up to you. But I'm just saying, to letting you know in advance, do not come calling or crying to me or anybody else after the fact. I'm just saying, know where and who and why and what. All right? Yes, we're all in a rush. Yes, we're all on steroids right now to help. We want to see Carriacou get the help that they need, and not be talking about where money go and where this go and where who what. No, we ain't got time for that right now. We're in a rebuilding stage. We're in the process of getting all the help that we can. I think that's about it. National cleanup on the weekend. Don't forget, guys. I want to shout out Gary Blair in PM. Safari can't make that connection. Unfortunately, the service is still patchy, but hopefully we can speak to Gary soon so he can give us a better understanding as to what's going on the ground in PT Martinique. So he also put out a call for food and water. I heard that CMC Money, Issa was on the way. Issa to the rescue, man. Issa, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Issa. I can't stop bigging you up, man. Issa back his shirt and is working. Issa is not about playing with y'all this time around. Issa is out there working, so big up yourself. So I hope that the folks, Gary did say this morning that they need food and water at the shelter. They have 120 persons there, and they're trying their best to also help and supply and accommodate all of the person who is still home and have nothing, because from 340 homes, only 25 didn't get destroyed. 340 homes, there's only 25 that didn't get destroyed. So guys, that should give you an idea as to the magnitude of destruction on PT Martinique as well as Carriacou. So, but he's given me from a PT Martinique, he's I guess his post is from a PT Martinique standpoint. 340 homes, 25 not damaged. All right? So, let's do all that we can. Alrighty, so until next week, God's will, when we'll be back here again in the room. See if we can get the Carnival energies back up and see if we can raise some much needed funds to assist our friends and family and the sister island to the north. And before I go, just want to make a call again to artists, DJs, Corporate Grenada. I know you've been doing, but we need you a little more, all right? So when Natty and the others make the call, they come knocking on your door, whatever you can contribute will be greatly appreciated. And all the other artists outside the region, pledging their support as well. Thank you so much. We see you and appreciate you, all right? Everybody, Carrington, you should be here. Hurry up and come home. Thank you. Have a good day, bro. And everybody else, come through. And for all the help so far, thank you. Dawn, you're on your way up. Big up yourself, Dawn. I know you're a hard worker, and Carriacou will definitely benefit from your expertise. You know you've been ready to go. So big up yourself and be safe, all right? Be safe. And everybody else, I'll see you guys on Monday.